Hey everyone, it's Coach Don. That's right, here today to talk to you about relationships. And why relationships? Maybe it's in my mind because I have a big relationship with the Boston Red Sox, and today is a big day. They're going to be playing the Yankees, the dreaded Yankees. And it is making me question all the relationships I have because I don't know why I endure what I endure as a Red Sox fan, but I do because of my love for them and the joy that they have brought me through the years, right? And that makes me reflect on a lot of my relationships that I've had through the years, right? There are relationships that are, bring us joy, bring us heartache, then bring us joy again, right? And I think it's important to talk about because there is so much going on right now in the world with politics, name it, politics, work, as I've talked about, being silenced, not wanting to turn on the radio, not wanting to, radio, who listens to the radio anymore, I guess, but you get what I mean, like on your phone, social media, like the TV, it's like, it's so gross, some of the stuff that's going on. And I think it's more critical than ever that we are smart about who we are spending our time with, who we are letting to talk into our ears, into our minds, and into our hearts, right? And so relationships is where it all starts. Relationships on, friends, family, our pets, our relationships with ourselves, with, all the things that, we allow in our life that we create a bond with, right? And yes, love relationships, right? Very important one. But it is so important that, we evaluate and we look into these relationships and why we have them and who we choose to let in, especially, like I said, right now, right? Because there is so much hard stuff that is going on. And waking up, we are so lucky to wake up every morning, in my opinion, right? And it is so important that from the moment we wake up and what we do next, and the relationships that we foster and nurture are so, so critical and so important so that we feel love, right? Right now in this day. And it comes to mind a story that was shared with me. And I'm a storyteller, so I got to tell a story in my podcast. And this is a story about a woman who carries 2 pots every day from the riverbank to her village. And one pot is full and, is beautifully painted and all that, and carries all kinds of water to the village. And then there's the other pot that she carries on the other shoulder, and it's cracked. And, it loses water when she's walking from the riverbank to the village. And so finally, the cracked pot decides, hey, I'm going to say something. And so the cracked pot says to the woman, hey, I don't even know why you don't go get another pot. I'm got a big crack. All kinds of water is falling out. When you're walking me to the village, it's not even, we're maybe half full by the time we get to the village. The woman looks at the crack pot and she's like, what? Did you not see behind you? And the crack pot takes a little look and is like, what is she talking about? And she's like, I planted seeds, buddy. I planted seeds. And so when we're walking to the village every day, see all those flowers? You created those flowers. And it is so important of a story because it reminds us a cracked heart, right? A broken heart. Let it flow, right? It allows the love inside your heart that you have been creating and building through all the love in relationships, friendships, partnerships, all those ships, right? That you have instilled and built inside of you. It allows that to flow out to others. And what I mean by that is if you've had a broken heart, you know that those people that come to you and surround you, right? And try to lift you up and pick you up so that you remember who you are and help you say, so what? To all that noise in your head and remind you of who you are. it is so important, right? And the way you get that love at that time that you need it is because of the cracks in our heart that allow stuff to come out, whether it's heartache because of lost love or love, whether it's the traumas of our life that we have, endured and has created cracks in our heart because of, trauma that has happened, in our childhood, in our, friendships, in our relationships that have built up like these walls and all this, like yuck stuff, like that cracks us inside and cracks our heart, cracks our mind sometimes. But the good thing about that is when those cracks exist, it does allow us to then, if we look and we can just slow ourselves friggin' down, we can look at all the people around us, right? Or animals, or we can look at that, we can go do that hobby, go kayaking or swimming. I don't want to go swimming, but you know what I mean. Like all those things that bring you joy and bring you love and bring you laughter, like you don't get to see those if you're just walking along and thinking you can take everything on your own. It is so important that we all have cracks in our heart that allow stuff to flow out so that we get to feel all of that. It helps us see, just like the flowers that crackpot had to see about how beautiful that crackpot truly was. It allows you to see how truly awesome and beautiful that you are to those that you have shown up for, that you have loved, right? And yeah, heartbreak hurts. Friendships, when they go sour and you're like, what the hell happened? I was talking to that person every day and now I'm not talking to them at all, or, parents or sisters, brothers, family that, somebody says the wrong thing or whatnot. Like, yeah, that stuff is hard and it hurts. But if we can learn from it, if we can try to understand it, if we can just slow ourselves friggin' down and say, so what that it happened? So what if I thought I was right? And so what, like, if I wasn't, right? Slow down, right? And, this thought that like we can't learn, that we can't change, it's bullshit. It doesn't matter. I mean, I know I look 21, but I'm a little bit older and I can change, right? Old dogs can change. We can change because we have to change. The world around us is changing, right? We have to change with it. We got to show up differently for ourselves. We've got to show up differently for others, right? And sometimes you say things you don't mean to say. Sometimes you do things you didn't mean to do. Number one, own it. Own it. As hard as it is, own that shit so that you can move forward and you can learn from it. And if they don't forgive you, if they don't understand and that relationship is broken and gone, well, that's what was supposed to happen. But you didn't lose yourself in it, right? You remembered who you were. You reminded them of who you were, right? And who you are. And that is a beautiful person that deserves love and gives love. And yeah, screws up, because guess what, people? We all screw up. The Red Sox, they've screwed up, right? Let's go back to them. They've screwed up. They've made some trades. They've done different things through the year. They've had an up and down season. But I don't give up on them. I love them. I love them with all my heart. And I hope all my family members up there are loving them and helping me love them today and hopefully bring a victory, right? But if I gave up on them, if I gave up on my Red Sox, then I wouldn't feel the joy of them even being in the playoffs right now, right? Because I would have been checked out and gone. And that wouldn't be fair to them, and it's not fair to me, because I've loved them a long time. Just like other relationships that I'm sure that you have and that you feel. Do the work, people. Stick in. Change if you got to change, as long as you're not changing your core of who you are. It's okay to listen more than talk. It's okay to think, right, with your heart and not your mind. It's okay to say, so what? I messed up. We all mess up. But is it worth losing a relationship? Is it worth losing yourself? I think not. Okay. I hope that helped. Let me know if there's a topic that you want to talk about. And remember, so what? So what about everything that's going on? Be there for you. Believe in you. Because I believe in you. All right, over and out.